wrestling silly bits too. Having a blast bringing our show to you. They rant, they rave, they won't behave. Wrestling fans, come out your cave. It's time to BS and misbehave. Talking Rasslin, time to go. Ring the bell and start the show. Talking Rasslin, time to go. Ring the bell and start the show.
Hello, hello. Welcome in for another edition of Talking Rasslin with Pondwater and Amy, seen here exclusively on the Markout Moments Network. I'm Pondwater Dave. Amy will be along here in a little bit. She's running a little bit late tonight. So happy to have y'all with us. We're going to have a fun show tonight. We're going to talk we're going to talk wrestling. That's what the name on the marquee says. Our guest from SWA, Nick Wonder, will be joining us a little bit later. So right off the bat, though, let's just go ahead and talk about what's going on in St. Louis this weekend. Over at Ad Free Shows, it's Top Guy Weekend, and our friend Efren is bringing the game event to Top Guy Weekend. It's going to be spin the wheel, make a deal. 12 games on the wheel. Whatever comes up is the ones that y'all will play. Press your luck, Card Sharks, win, lose, or draw, Scrabble, Family Feud, Win Conrad's Money, Lingo, The Chase, you name it. They're going to spin the wheel, and whatever game comes up, that's what y'all are going to do. And we've been playing the game event here on Markout Moments with Efren for the last 5 weeks, and our final episode will drop tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. And we've been trying to put together, we've been playing for some cash, and we're putting it together to give the top guys a chance to win $400 at Top Guy Weekend. So another thing that to look forward to at Top Guy Weekend, since St. Louis was a stronghold of the NWA, the perfect city to honor one of its toughest and most respected champions, Harley Race. Celebrating Harley Race will be an official event at Top Guy Weekend with special guest, former NWA heavyweight champion Trevor Murdoch. That ought to be a lot of fun. That's what you get when you're a top guy at ad-free shows. You have the opportunity to have these fun experiences. It's going to be a party in St. Louis. Go over to ad-free shows and don't miss out the next time that these things come around. All right. I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you that this episode of Talking Rasslin is fueled by Dubby, the clean energy drink made for people who actually want to get stuff done without shaking like they just took a power bomb. Unlike those other sugar-loaded crash and burn energy drinks, Dubby keeps it real. It's packed with vitamins, amino acids, nootropics, and 150 milligrams of clean caffeine, so you get the focus, not fidgeting, no jitters, no crash, no nonsense, just smooth, long-lasting energy that hits like a perfectly timed super kick. And the best part, Dubby's made right here in the US of A in an FDA-inspected, GMP-certified facility, so you know you're getting the good stuff. If you want to stay focused in the ring, at work, or wherever life takes you, grab you some Dubby at Dubby.gg. Use promo code RASSLIN, RASSLIN, that's Rasslin, and save you 10%. That's Dubby.gg, promo code RASSLIN, because good energy should hit like a finisher, not a flop. I drink Dubby. I just got this new flavor. It's called Grandpa's Denture Water. I thought this ought to be a fun flavor. It's mango pitaya. I can't pronounce it. Anyway, it's a really good tasting one. It's basically mango and dragon fruit, and pitaya, I believe is how it's pronounced. But whatever it's pronounced, it's Grandpa's Denture Water. How fun is that title? What I like about it is not only does it give me a little energy, it keeps me laser focused. And at my age, being laser focused, you know, that hits for me. That hits real hard. So go to w.gg, promo code Rasslin. And what else we got going on? Had a big weekend of wrestling. I thought both pay-per-views were going to be on Saturday. I'm glad that I didn't do another big ass wrestling Saturday, because I found out Saturday that Bound for Glory was Sunday. But I got up really early on Saturday morning and watched Crown Jewel. I stayed up late Sunday night and watched Bound for Glory. Both shows I thought were really good. Enjoyed them immensely. John Cena and AJ Styles was tremendous. Darren Staley, Dave has George Washington's dentures gifted to him at the Battle of Calvin. Stop it! Would you stop? Anyway, so it was a fun wrestling weekend. I got another fun wrestling weekend coming up. Of course, AEW is doing their thing this weekend, but so is Bayou Independent Wrestling. Bayou Independent Wrestling is going to be, I'm a one-man show tonight, y'all. Bear with me. We're putting on Taste of Mayhem. It's going to be at the Lincoln Civic Center in Brookhaven, Mississippi. How fun are these graphics with the ice cream bars? Man, they are. We're going to have Ryan Davidson in versus Alex Arsenal. Fun fact about Ryan Davidson: the first wrestling match I ever refereed, Ryan Davidson was in it. Ryan Davidson versus Michael Faith. So I always like working with Ryan Davidson. Steve Anthony and Hunter Law. This ought to be a very well. I don't. When's the last time you ever saw Steve Anthony have a bad match? London Dior's in against Cassandra Golden. Cassandra Golden, former BIW Women's Champion. For the tag team titles, Horsepower versus Hate City. Brittany is going to be in, she's going to not be the commissioner that night. She's actually going to manage Horsepower against Hate City. Her and Frankie had a falling out, and she is going to it's her mission to make him pay. This ought to be a great match with Nate Collins and Eddie Martinez against Wes Warren and Frankie Thomas. Ray Fury challenging Caleb Conley for the BIW Heavyweight Championship. This is going to be the Southern title. That we know that both of these men are incredible athletes. Caleb Conley's a hell of a champion. Ray Fury won the Down in the Bayou tournament, giving him this title shot. I feel like I'm missing a match here, but that's what I'm going to be doing this Saturday. So if you're anywhere in the Mississippi area, come on down to Brookhaven. Doors open at 7. Bell time 7:30. All right, guys, joined with me at this time. He is one of the most decorated stars in SWA history. He is a former two-time. One of the most decorated stars. I got an echo. He's a former two-time SWA Deep South Champion, a two-time tag team champion with Calvin Rose, former junior heavyweight champion. Nick shares his journey through the ranks and rivalries that have defined his career. I can't thank him enough for coming on tonight. Welcome to the show, Nick Wonder.
What's going on?
How you doing, man?
Just happy to be here.
Well, happy to have you here. Thanks for joining us tonight. Normally there's 2 of us, but Amy's running late, so you're stuck with me. So tell me, Nick, before we get, I want to find out about, we're going to talk about all of your career, but you got Haas all wound up.
Yeah, the thing about that is you can only stand to be insulted so long before you got to do something. You know what I mean? I'm a man. I'm a grown man. And, when you earn an accolade, you really expect to be, you really expect, someone to stand, especially the owner of the company you're working for, to stand with you on your accolade. And when I won the King of the Mountain tournament, I became the #1 contender to that Southern heavyweight title. So in my mind, I became the king of SWA, and he just would not acknowledge that. So we had a little tiff there Saturday night over it.
Well, he announced that that y'all are gonna meet in the ring, and he's bringing a partner, and that's not announced who the partner's going to be yet, is it?
Not that I know of.
Okay. So
I don't heard. I believe he's still in the process. That just happened either yesterday or today, I believe.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it just this afternoon myself. Let me ask you, since you're the King of the Mountain, is it like a scheduled cash in, or do you is it whenever you get ready?
It's kind of like it's really I get to pick the time and the date. Now we got it's going to be up to the powers that be at SWA about when I can cash it in, but there ain't nobody going to stop me.
Right. So this isn't like a surprise cash in that you can show up after a match and it's a heads up advertised match, or I guess what I'm asking is there a surprise factor to it, like kind of like the way the WWE does with Money in the Bank?
No. As far as it's got to be, I believe we're going to have it's got to be discussed and set up. Yeah, I mean,
okay.
we can't just show up, after Barry's defended the title or whoever has it whenever it is, and just go, oh, I'll take it now. That doesn't. Right. We don't do that at SWA, and not as far as I know that we've never done that. So
okay. Well, let's go. Since we talked about now where we're at, let's talk about the beginning. Tell me about how you came in to be a pro wrestler.
It's kind of a funny story. When I growing up, I didn't really have access to watch wrestling, and many people that get into watching wrestling, it's with a family member, it's with their dad, their grandparent, father, some kind of situation, their brother. I can tell you pretty much everybody that I know that has been interested in wrestling or invested in wrestling. That's how they got started. They didn't just single parent household decided to sit down at a TV one night and turn on Saturday night, and there's WCW and Sting, and bam, you're into it. Because I did that. Like I came across that when I was younger, and it just, I don't know, it didn't catch me. It didn't have an appeal to me. So I never grew up watching it. I never got bit by it. I never was invested. I had a lot of friends that loved it and talked about it. And I've always been big into, I've always been a big video gamer. I play a lot of video games. I was born I'm 42. I was born in 1983, kind of the prime of the Nintendo market. The kind of the most of the tropes with people about video games is that they just want to sit inside and play video games all day. That was never me. I always loved being outside, loved playing video games. As a thing that I did when it was raining, or if I didn't have nobody else to, I was always younger compared to everybody else that I was around. So if they were all off doing their older kids stuff, I was stuck by myself, I'd play video games then. But I mean, other than that, it was always a way to work with play with someone else. I never wanted to sit down and play a game by myself. It was always, but I got into wrestling. I played some wrestling video games, especially the ones on Nintendo 64 at the time. So, it was like WCW versus NWO and all that. So I knew all the names. I knew all of I knew wrestling moves. I knew wrestlers' names. So when they would, but I didn't have any way of watching it. I didn't have cable or nothing like that. So, or I would have started watching it when all my friends were talking about it in high school, and so I never really, like I said, I didn't really get into watching it. It wasn't until, so the way how did I get it? It brings us to how it actually happened. So my senior year, I had a class with a couple of friends. They were really big into wrestling. They were huge into wrestling. They watched it every time it came on. And so it was our first period class, and every single morning after usually it's WWE event, because this is 2001. So they would sit there and talk about it. And I want to be a part of the conversation, but well, they decided that one of the guys had built a little wrestling ring inside his shed. Him and his dad had kind of built a little fun little wrestling ring thing in his shed, or him and his brother, I mean. And so on senior skip day, our senior year, we skipped school and we went and did a little wrestling thing. We didn't know nothing about wrestling. I mean, the term backyard's got some, bad connotations to it, because it's usually barbed wire and thumbtacks and people doing all that junk. We wanted to be in there and wrestling. We wanted to be in the ring. We had ropes. We ended up with a canvas. We had the whole deal. Like we were trying to wrestle inside a ring, and it was around this same time that the first season of Tough Enough came out. So me and my buddy and a couple of our friends, we started getting together and we'd watch Tough Enough, to learn how to lock up and do the headlocks and all that stuff. We're kind of learning it that way. And that was kind of like how I got into it. Now I like performing. I'm a musician. I've always been, I played sports. I like being part, I played baseball, that sort of thing. So
so an athletic background.
Yeah, well, sort of. I mean, I was always super athletic. I mean, I'd always run real fast and jump. I mean, I was from 5'10", and I could grab a basketball rim, when I was that age, not anymore. By the time, and I'm a little heavier now and all this, but anyway, yeah. So that's kind of how I started. But we didn't have a company. We didn't have a foot in the door to get trained anywhere. So what ended up happening was, that was through the summer. Well, that year, him and this friend of mine, who's still wrestling today, by the way.
We know him.
Yeah. So I'll get there. So,
okay.
They go to college, and so it's going into winter or whatever, fall, and they end up meeting some people that worked for a company called SPW that only kind of ran in the Waynesboro area. They were kind of known as a mud show. They weren't really well trained, like they were just kind of like a company that they were some, but like what we were buddies that if me and my friends had decided to continue, we would have bought a ring and we never would have had outside influence. We would have just been wrestling because we wanted to wrestle.
Right.
And that's what they were. But they were like cops and aldermen and stuff. So they knew the procedure to get a license, promoter's license, and to get the wrestler's license and all that. So that's kind of that company had ran for a little 1 or 2 years or something before, and they had an issue with some of the wrestlers leaving, and the wrestlers came back. Some of these guys were wanting to run again, but they needed wrestlers, and so our little group of I don't know, you call them backyarders, but you know what I'm saying. We had a little ring and all this stuff.
No formal training, but y'all got in there and just kind of learned it yourself.
Well, they trained us, so they were going to train us. So we go there, and they don't really know what they're doing either. But that's when wrestling started, nobody knew what they were doing really. It kind of got figured out over time, and then there became a formula and a process, and a correct way to do it, because it stems from catch wrestling, from circus wrestling, right? So they brought us in and showed us how to do stuff, and that's kind of it. That was kind of it. And so that was SPW, and a guy named Jason Williams. There's a guy that comments on a lot of the SWA page stuff now. His name's Kevin Stevens. he was a part of that ran it. So they were all like the people that ran it. There was like, and that was like the first wrestling family that I had. You know, you always have like your first wrestling family where you feel like home. It's like going to a backyard barbecue when you go into a wrestling show. You know what I mean? It's like that was.
I've got that. I've got that with a promotion in Texas.
Right. So that we did that for a little bit, and we ran that probably from somewhere around 2002 till somewhere around 2004. We ended up buying the company from them after we learned the process and all this. Still, though, we've never really been trained how to wrestle. Okay. And so there was a guy that came to one of the wrestling shows, a pretty well-known guy in the wrestling industry named Wes Adams, wrestled a Scott Starr. He came to one of the events. One of the wrestlers ended up meeting him. It was going to Southern with him at the time, and he was going to come check our little company out. And when he came, he saw he saw that me and some of the other guys had a little bit of talent and could wrestle if given some direction or whatever. So he brought us and we wrestled a show for him. Well, while we were there were some people. This is what happens, right? So if you're decent and you have a decent look or whatever, and you go somewhere and it's like a conglomeration show or event, and you do okay, there's going to be people there that are going to say, "Oh, we run a company over here. Can you want to come work for us?" And then you go to that company, and then it's like, "Oh, we run a company. Do you want to come work with us?" And then next thing you know, you're traveling all over the place wrestling. Well, that's kind of what happened. Scott Wes ran that event. It was at like Sports Rock Cafe in Hattiesburg, which was like a bar. It was like a bought show thing.
Yeah.
And met some guys that were running with one of the companies that were running in Mobile around it. This is in 2000 and like I said, 2003, 2004, somewhere in there. Some of the companies that were running in Mobile at the time. So we went and wrestled for them. It was maybe it was one of those like AWA or AW, whatever. It was Cletus ran it. Henderson, I think. The guy Shannon Henderson's dad owned it originally. So I wrestled for him a little bit. It didn't really work out. I ended up working for a company called IWC, which was run by a guy named Crazy Joe Fargo, I think was his name. I know his name. They called him Crazy Joe, and Mercury McLeod. And there was a guy that worked there named Chief Ironclaw. I don't know if you know that name. And he was one of the Samoans. So he actually was friends with, or maybe related to ECMO, which was the like the Jamal and Rosie, the 3-minute warning.
Okay.
So he went back to WWE as Umaga. Well, before he went back as Umaga, when he was released in that window of time, he worked with us too. Like he was part of that company called IWC. He ended up running some shows in Pensacola, and he booked me. So I worked for him, and I got a really good picture that is one of my favorite pictures is of him. I'm in a stable with him, and we're the heels, and it's around Christmas, and it's me stomping like Santa Claus in the ring with him in the background. So it's like I got this WWE figure in the background with me stomping Santa Claus, and I love it. So that's how I got kind of IWC. Actually, is where I got trained. So you had guys like Cyrus LeVay, Mercury McLeod. Those guys really kind of trained me and showed me how to actually work. And I actually learned like matches and moves and chaining and chain wrestling and all this stuff. Now I kind of knew what it was, but it made more sense after they explained it to me. That's like after that, I started getting booked with people like Mountain Man and, et cetera, just all around down that area, Mobile to, Alberta, Alabama, or Florida, like all the way down.
You're just working the whole East Coast. I mean, the Southeast Coast.
Yeah. I worked down there as it is, it kind of just comes and goes. You go through phases of it. It's like it'll be good for a while and then it won't. You won't be booked, and you got to find something else. But I was never really chasing it. I never really again, I enjoyed it. It was fun because I enjoyed performing, it was, I was, like I said, I like the athleticism of it. But that was kind of how I got into wrestling. At the same time, the guy that I worked with, little known fellow by the name of Barry Wolf. So we graduated high school together. I mean, we played baseball together in the 6th grade. His dad was our baseball coach. I've known him that long.
Aww.
We don't see eye to eye right now. But when I went off into that area, he had some issues and got out of it. And then he went and got trained by a guy named Wade Garrett. And then he kind of really blew up in the Mississippi, area, the coast to, he was all over the place here, and he did really well. So I'm down in Alabama and Florida wrestling. And we never really worked together again after that. And so it was really kind of strange, being a wrestler and knowing he's a wrestler, but we weren't really wrestling with each other. I was working with all these other companies and he was working with these companies. We were both staying busy, but we just weren't, it was really weird. It was a really weird time for me to look back on.
Your paths would have crossed.
Yeah, but it didn't, and which is fine, because eventually I in 2016 or 2011, I mean, and my first wrestling match was February the 2nd of 2002. So that's when I started. I was 18. I had 4 months of training when I started, and then it just kind of so from 2002 to 2011, I wrestled a lot, a whole bunch of places. During the year that it kind of was really the most was that when I started at IWC, which was I worked there for 11 months straight. They ran every single Tuesday night. So I did that and was being booked at these shows on Saturdays. And sometimes there would be a Friday and a Sunday show separately. So you back then, sometimes you might work 3 times a week.
Yeah, because weeknights were common.
Yeah. So like I said, we worked every Tuesday night, every single Tuesday night for 9 months straight with no break.
Right.
But like I said, up till 2011. In 2011, I joined the band, and I couldn't commit to wrestling shows because I didn't want to have to cancel if my band got a gig, because I was going to prioritize my band
right
over wrestling. I wanted to keep wrestling, but I primarily worked as a heel at the time, and it was a contemporary Christian band, and I was like, I can't do that. I can't. You can't mix those two things together,
right?
In that capacity. So I just stepped away from wrestling until 2017 when I came back to SWA, and I've been there since. And
yeah, you've got quite the resume. I mean, is there a title at SWA that you haven't held?
The main title, the Southern Heavyweight title.
Okay.
There's I'm actually other than that title, I kind of have so I was me and Calvin Rose, there was a tournament for the tag titles. When they introduced the tag titles at SWA, there was a tournament, and me and Calvin won that tournament. So we were the original tag champions, and that was in the end of 2019. So starting in 2020, we only got to defend the titles once or twice before COVID hit, and then we were kind of shut down. But because of that, we ended up holding the tag titles for 530 days or something. So we kind of still have the longest streak of. I have that on my resume for SWA. That's 530 days of being a champion. Well, then I ended up winning originally it was the junior heavyweight title. So I won that, and I ended up holding it for about a year. until they decided to when you have a junior heavyweight title and there's like two guys that wrestle on the show that are actually under 220 pounds. And I wasn't even under 220 anymore. I was like 225 at this point. So like they're like
SWA doesn't have, they're not littered with smaller wrestlers. I mean,
so they changed it. They retired the junior heavyweight title. So I held it longer than anybody, defended it more than anybody, and it got retired.
Nice.
So that's another part of my resume at SWA. And then when they made it, so I was the inaugural Deep South champion. So I was the first holder of the Deep South championship, and I held that title from the junior heavyweight till it became the Deep South. I held that for like 400 days. So we're already 930 days champion at this point, and this is like 2023. So then I won it again, and I held it for like 200 and something days. So like I'm at like 1,100 something days of having been a champion at SWA since 2017.
Yeah. Well, I know that when I was trying to find a picture for the graphic, you were always holding a belt. So because even one of the hosies comment, why'd you have to use that picture? Because you find one where you don't have a belt.
That's right. And now you know, right?
Yeah. So that's it's been a fun journey. I'll say it's a good company. It's been a great company to be a part of it. So in 2017, so the company, the SWA started in 2014. You don't know the kind of the history of when it started. It started by Steve Starr in 2014. There was another, but prior to, I think up to like 2011, there was another company that ran as SWA. Steve didn't know that when he made it.
Right.
And he started it because this one school a friend of his wanted him to run a show for a fundraiser for them. And that's how it started. Well, he did that like one or two times. So by 2017, they were only running 3 or 4 shows a year.
Mm-hmm.
And, we were, drawing, you draw 150, 200 people as an independent wrestling show, you're doing well. And so that's what we were doing. We were doing 2 to 250 somewhere in there pretty regularly. We're doing good. And then we would do what was our like WrestleMania show, which was the Summerall. And it would be, we'd have, 350, 450 at that one, maybe 500. So it was great. And then, but to say like, and then when COVID hit, you're like, I was been there for 2.5 years. And it had been growing, our crowd base our fan base had been growing. We started like the TV product. We were on like Fox TV. We had a time slot dedicated on like Fight TV, the app. It was really good. And then COVID hit.
It's a well-produced television show.
We're going backwards because we're going to lose all our fans. Well, they stuck with us when we came back late 2020. And started back up live events, the crowd just started growing from there. And it just kept growing and kept growing and kept growing to the point now where we average somewhere between 350 and 450 a show. And on our big shows, we'll run close to 700. So It's pretty amazing to have been part of that since 2017, part of that journey and part of that, seeing the company grow and being a part of it. And I've gotten to be, a pretty decent size, part of it.
Yeah. Amy, you remember Steve Starr? We had him on with him and Gil Culkin came on when they were running Legacy.
Yes.
So that's who he was talking about.
I do.
Yeah, I love working for SWA. It's well run. It's a quality show. And I'm telling you, the crowds that we had at South Jones and West Jones.
Yeah.
You talk, they show up full force. So
it's funny you were talking about. I watched one of the other podcasts and you were talking about how loud the crowd was at West Jones and how you were counting and you couldn't hear yourself counting. And it's one of those things where you don't realize it, like what it is what's happening because you're kind of laser focused in on what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I know that match was, I mean, that'll be one of the top 5 for me from now on, because it was, I mean, just the energy of it. And I realize it didn't go your way that night.
No, I don't like talking about it. Yeah. I don't
But-
want to talk about it.
But when I tell you,
Look, when one door closes, another door opens. And so when you get put down, you find a way to climb up and rise above it. And what happened the very next show, I won that King of the Mountain tournament. I'm the #1 contender for the SWA Southern Heavyweight title. So we're moving up.
Right. Yes,
Moving
right.
up.
and Barry Wolf is the current champion.
Barry Wolf is the Southern Heavyweight champion right now.
Well, look at that. That's all going to come full circle.
Interesting.
Played baseball against each other. And I mean, grew up together, played baseball together, coached by his dad, and now you're the #1 contender for his championship.
Broke into wrestling together. And now he holds the only title he's got not my golden goose. What is it? My, what do you call it?
Your Grand Slam of opportunity.
You're like the thing that eludes you, like you're elusive. It's like, I can't remember what it's called. Like, like the thing that's eluding you your whole life, and you can't ever get
Your
it.
Holy Grail.
Yeah. So like, that's what it is for me is I've had several title shots. I all the way back to in 2017 when I was going against Joe Kane when he was the champion. So I was in trajectory for that when I ended up teaming with Calvin and winning the tag titles instead. So that's my I've got to go for that now. And when I went, look, when, it's not a if, okay? It's not a if, but it's a win because I've got to, the whole point of the rebellion, the faction that we're in, is standing up against management and the crap that they're doing. And if I can take that title from Barry and I can become the champion, then we can really do some things. We can get some things done. Okay.
Tell us about the rebellion and who that consists of.
So the rebellion back in 2020, I guess the beginning of 24, so beginning of last year, we formed the rebellion, and it was Barry Wolf when he was he had lost the heavyweight title to Dalton Belk, and he didn't feel like he was getting his fair shake from management. I had lost my which was the Deep South Championship at that time. I had lost it, and I never got a rematch. They wouldn't give me a rematch. I had to earn my rematch. So that was us. So I'm shorted by management. And then you got Benjamin Woods was a part of it, and Antonio Bronson. That was the original 4. And as time went on, we ended up letting Barry know his services were no longer needed. We ended his tenure with the rebellion, and then Benjamin Woods retired and moved on, and then he lost the loser leaves town match against Barry Wolf and had to leave, and so it's me and Antonio Bronson. But in the course of those things, we picked up Reginald Blackledge, our lawyer, which was SWA's lawyer originally, and now he's our lawyer. So he's helping us, right wrongs, as it were. And then Brian Hicks, who's a radio personality here on Rock 104 local radio station. He is one of our commentators for our YouTube product, like our YouTube channel stuff, like this one right here. This I got on.
Yeah, a minute ago, I saw myself walk by on the screen.
They do commentary for that, and he's part of the rebellion. What I would say he's an ally or a friend of the rebellion. So that's who we are.
Okay, and go ahead and I mean you kind of alluded to it, but break down what your problem with management is, and Haas in particular.
Well, like I said, so let me tell you about. I won the King of the Mountain tournament. Boss Hall said that he would present the winner of the tournament with a trophy. Okay, so Saturday night, right before the main event match, he presented me with a trophy. So I let him know, because I won the King of the Mountain tournament, that I am now the king of SWA, and that he should call me the king. And he said he wouldn't do it. So when he turned around, I gently returned the trophy to him.
Oh.
So he didn't fare too well to that, because he ended up face first on the canvas after that.
He's a big man. You must have really blasted him.
So yeah, and I had Flying Brian in the ring with me, and my lawyer Reginald Blackers. They were in there with me celebrating this monumental achievement, because for a single day tournament like that, which is the first, I believe it's the first. I've been like I said, part of several firsts in SWA. It's pretty amazing to have been a part of all of the stuff that I've been a part of. But that was a single day tournament. Was the first we've ever done like that wasn't for a championship. It was just like a standalone tournament. We did one for the tag titles, single day tournament that we won. Me and Calvin Rose won that. They did a single day tournament to crown the original junior heavyweight champion, because I was a tag team champion at the time. I wasn't part of that.
Right.
And so this tournament, the King of the Mountain tournament, was a standalone tournament, no title. Winner ended up becoming the number one contender. So
who'd you have to
I
go
won
through?
that. And so this is a monumental moment. They gave me a trophy. I'm celebrating. I'm holding the trophy up. They're in there with me. And yeah, so Flying Brian got down there in his face and let him know what was what. He needed to call me the king, because that's what I am. I'm the king of SWA.
Seemed like a simple request.
Yeah. Well, apparently it blew up after that. He didn't appreciate me returning the trophy to him, and he didn't appreciate Brian having words with him. So he called into the Rock 104 morning show.
Really?
Whenever it was, I don't remember exactly what all has gone down. So anyway, yeah, that's where we're at right now. So
who'd you have to go through in the tournament?
My first opponent was Paul Riot, and I have a pretty seasoned history with Paul Riot. Back when I worked for Battle Zone back in 2010 or 2011 or so, I had a pretty good rivalry with him there. So I won that match, and I moved on. My next opponent was supposed to be Hillbilly Joe, but because he was injured from he had wrestled Samson Richards, and so Samson Richards made sure that Samson, by the way, I didn't mention this. Samson Richards is an ally of the rebellion as well right now. He made
Samson
sure
Richards versus Hillbilly Joe.
Yeah,
I mean, both of these guys are 6'8", 6'9".
They're giants. They are really
yes.
big men for sure.
What a colossal matchup.
Could
you imagine me in there trying to referee those two guys?
As
little as I am.
Squished.
I mean, you just make them look that much bigger.
Yeah,
but
they don't need any help. They look pretty big anyway.
True.
But they so I ended up not having an opponent for my second round match, and in the final match, I ended up wrestling Pharaoh Funk.
Okay.
Yeah, and I beat him fair and square, clean, square in the middle of the ring, and we ended up. This is I'm still aggravated by what happened. You think you win something like that, you get to celebrate. You get to stand out there and celebrate. Nobody came out and bothered Hunter Rhodes when he won the Deep South title at West Jones. He got to stay out there and celebrate and have a great time. So me and my
He was
rebellion
still out
cohort,
there while we were taking the ring down.
we're out there celebrating that I won this tournament, right? And people got to come out and poke their head in our business. Hunter Rhodes has got to come out, and we gave him a couple of taters for that, and then Barry Wolf had to come out and help him out. So you know, I'm a little upset with Barry because you know he wanted to come ruin my night, my celebration, and so I'm coming for him. That's what's happening right now. Is I got to deal with boss right now first. We got to get through this, and I'm trying to figure out where the best place for me to cash in my number one contender is. That's where we're at right now. But talking about Hillbilly Joe, let me show you one of my favorite pictures right here. This picture right here.
Oh my.
This is me giving him a standing suplex. And how hilarious is that?
That's incredible.
That's one of my
you just
one of
don't
my favorite pictures.
pictures
I let
don't
him know
do
I don't care
justice
how big he
seeing
is.
how big Hillbilly Joe is.
Yeah, I don't care how big he is. I'm gonna suplex him anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll say this for you: the crowd does not back you,
Oh.
but you're not what I would call a traditional, what they call a heel, the rule breaker. He's not. The crowd doesn't like him, but it's not because he's not cheating every time the referee's got his head turned.
Right.
Is what I'm saying. You know,
what is it then? What don't they like you?
Super talented, and they don't appreciate it.
They jealous?
Well, look. Here's the deal. When I became fed up, you know, I was the poster child prior to the January 2024. I was the poster child. I was everybody wanted my autograph. Everybody wanted to come get pictures with me. And unfortunately, when you know you kind of have to deal with business and in this company, in this industry, and I did not. I felt slighted by the management. I lost my Deep South Championship that I'd held for 400 days.
Right.
I had defended it numerous times, and they didn't give me a rematch. I never got a rematch. They ended up telling me in order to get a rematch, they had a tournament, a rumble or a battle royal, and the winner would become the number one contender for the title that I should have had a rematch for. So to let management know that that I wasn't going to play ball with them, and they're the people that they the people that you know they push up on a pillar. I did this to Dalton Delk to let him know that I was done playing ball, and apparently the fans didn't like that. They got upset about that, and so since then they've not wanted to be too kind to me. Matter of fact, they go so far as to chant breadsticks when I'm in the ring.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Loudly and a lot, and it's annoying.
I could see that. I could see where that would be.
I think they brought breadsticks.
They have. You
got hit with breadsticks in that match.
I did. Yes.
Yeah, the breadsticks were used in that match. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Now you know why.
Well, I didn't ask. I was like,
well, no, I know, but that's funny.
The breadsticks thing goes back. There's another story about the whole breadsticks thing, and you would think just the Nick Wonder, like Wonder Bread being a thing, would be enough, but that's not what it is. It was Alex Cruz. I was scheduled to wrestle a match with Alex Cruz, and he made some comments. Said I looked like I worked at Olive Garden, like that's a bad thing, and it kind of ascended from there. And since then, the crowd's been chanting breadsticks at me.
Oh,
is your match with Alex Cruz on YouTube?
It is, yeah.
I'll have to go look at that. Worked for many years with Alex Cruz.
Yeah. There's I worked in
Like to see
him
that one.
twice. There's two of the matches are on there. I'm not
Definitely
sure
have
what the
to go look
numbers
for
are,
that.
but they're on the YouTube page for sure.
Do you have your own YouTube page?
I do and I don't. I don't post anything
Okay.
on YouTube. Yeah, I pretty much I know and I know you're going to ask me about the social media stuff. I pretty much only post on Facebook, and it's just Nick Wonder on Facebook, and it's linked to my Instagram, so it posts the same stuff to my Instagram
Yes,
page.
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah, because I went looking before the episode.
Yeah, I'll post like some workout stuff, let people know I'm strong and can handle them big boys.
And you're not, I mentioned that you weren't the traditional the traditional bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because when you're in the locker room, I mean, you kind of got like what the fans, who the fans cheer for and who the fans cheer against. And then you're kind of in a different part. I mean, I guess I want to say that you're not real popular with both. I mean, both sides of the locker room, you kind of keep to yourself.
Well, you
got the rebellion. It's like this side, that side, and the rebellion.
Well, I spent 7 years fighting with that half of the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
So from 17 to 24, 2017 to 2024, I was fighting that half of the locker room. So yeah, they're not going to have a lot for me. I don't blame them.
Okay, I mean, it's different because I've worked from Texas. I mean, I've been all over the country, and the SWA experience is so much different. They're so distinct. It's just really it's a cool place to work. I'm hoping that 2026 I'm there a lot more than I've ever been, because I've told them that just tell me when you want me there, and any night that I'm not booked. I mean, I'm trying to get on SWA as much as I possibly can, just because it's such a great place to work. The talent. I mean, you may.
It's
you got to admit that from top to bottom of the card, the talent is incredible. I mean, there's no easy matches in SWA.
No, almost any match on this. When you got 3 titles in 5 matches, almost any match could be. And the 2 matches that aren't title matches are setting up to become title matches in the future. So like, yeah, you don't have. There's no enhancement.
Right.
There.
Yeah, and you got promotions like used to Battle Zone and SWA, or Battle Zone and Lost Art. Everybody kind of just kept to themselves, but it's like everybody wants to be there. So you're seeing the rosters of these 3 companies. At one point, we saw one tag team holding all 3 of their tag titles, and that's not the case anymore.
The Hosey brothers. I think they up until Saturday night, which was an interesting. It was an interesting experience because I ended up in the ring during that match, which was main event, but I wasn't part of what was happening. I know that's kind of a crazy way to say it, but I ended up in the ring and leaving the ring kind of while there was some things happening. But I wasn't part of all that. I was being chased by Hunter Rhodes. Apparently he was mad still. So, I hit his dad with a trophy. So.
Yeah,
that's true.
Well, I mean, his dad, his fiance, you've kind of got under his skin.
Well, like I said, when you're trying, if management is the problem, it's a ownership down problem. The people in control, the people calling the shots, if they have their favorites and they're propping their favorites up and they're crapping on everybody else, and you're part of the people that's being crapped on, you gotta do stuff to get your point across. That's all. That's it. You say I'm a bad guy, I'm doing what it takes to get my point across.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, you do speak loudly, and I mean, you get your point across. You definitely do that. But like I said, I refereed for you, and you're not what I would consider. I mean, I don't spend the whole match having to get on to you.
Right.
I mean, once you get in the ring, your business.
Well, to be fair,
And I
To be
mean, I'll
fair, the
even
last
sympathize
match
with
we
you.
wrestled, we didn't have any rules.
Well,
There's
on
not
that
anything
match,
to-
we didn't.
How do you get on to me for something that is
Well, I
not?
know on that match there was no getting on to you. I mean, everybody's on to me like and I'm just like looking at the crowd like, what y'all want me to do? There's no rules.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm here to count.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is,
only
in just in
job.
traditional matches, that you're not. I mean, you make a lot of noise. You're making a lot of noise to get. I don't disagree with you with a 400-day title reign.
Mhm.
That you drop a title, you should get a rematch. I can't
100%.
find the fault in your argument on
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
I
like,
can't
to break
that might piss you off a little bit.
Mhm.
to break kayfabe here a little bit. It's like that's why it works. That's why what we do works, because you believe it.
Mhm.
It's you see it and it makes sense, but you can't agree with somebody who's doing things that you can't agree with.
Right.
Mhm. Mhm.
So like when somebody's the champion and they're everybody's favorite person, and somebody comes along and hits them in the back with a chair for no reason, how do you rally behind that person?
That's right.
Right.
Not nice.
So like I said, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect people to cheer for me after that. I knew that wouldn't happen, and but that wasn't the point. Sometimes you just have to do what's got to be done, in my opinion. So that's where we're at with it.
Well, Nick, do you have do you have merch?
Well, I have this shirt that I'm wearing right now.
Tell everybody where they can get it.
No more, because I mean, that's not uh an avenue that seems to have a lot of interest right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, but I felt like I needed
understand.
to ask, and I knew that I'd seen it. So
Yeah. Yeah, I sold a good bit of it over the couple of years prior, but I don't ever see anybody wearing them anymore, except for a couple of people for some reason. I don't know why that would be.
yeah, they don't SWA doesn't. I don't think I've ever heard any of them cheering for you.
Now, when
Not
they
since-
were cheering for me, they were cheering a lot. They were very, like, you go back prior to the 2024 matches, and you could see we did when we started the number one contender tournament we had some matches for that back then prior to 2024. I was very well received by the fans.
Well, I tell you, when I came in last year and they were cheering for Barry Wolf, I was like, what? When did this happen?
When I came, like I said,
I didn't see that coming.
The day that I came into SWA, which was April, I can't remember the date exactly. It was April of 2017, though. That day, Barry Wolf came to that event as a face appreciated by the fans, and he left that event a heel, and he's been a heel ever since.
Yeah,
Until
it's always been my experience with him. So
yeah,
Interesting.
Well, I'm excited for your opportunity, and honestly, I hope I get to referee it.
Well, we'll see. It'll be on the books. We're just
I'd
planning.
definitely love to be a part of that one. Well, I want, like I said, I want to be a part of all of them, but I'll be there with y'all in December.
I mean, I'll tell you something as a wrestler. When somebody says, when you have people that referee and they say they want to be a part of something that you're doing, I always take that as a compliment. It's always a huge compliment.
No.
And so I I appreciate that. I appreciate that kind of stuff.
Well, thank you. Well, I can't thank you enough for joining us tonight, Amy. You talk too much.
I know.
She came in late. She didn't know what to say.
Like
if you have any other questions, I mean, like I said, I've been wrestling now since 2002. So we're talking about 23 years in now. I'm 42. I still feel great. I can still move. I told, unfortunately, I lied to my wife when I came back in 2017. I was 35, and I told her I had to come back to wrestling before I physically couldn't do it anymore, because you got to win. You got a time limit on your physical ability. And I told her I'd probably my plan was to retire when I was 40, and that would have been 2023. But unfortunately, the SWA is a great place. The fans, we have such a big following now. Things like the quality of people. You understand, Dave, the carny nature of wrestling, and how that, like, the carnival style folk can be prevalent in wrestling.
Yes.
And how SWA does not have that at all, like not even a little bit.
No,
and that's what makes it that's why I've stayed. That's why I don't want to stop. And so, your litmus test, like when do you quit? Like, that's when do you stop? When do you call it? And I told somebody recently, I said, well, if I can't take a shoulder tackle and do a leapfrog, that'll probably be when I call it. I said, there's a lot of people that can't do that already, that are current wrestlers, that are much younger than me. So as long as I can still do that, I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Well, there's not a time that I don't go to the ring that I don't feel like it's a privilege to get to go between those ropes, and that it's a thrill for me to do that.
Right.
And as long as if there's ever a day that I don't feel that anymore, that may be when I decide not to do it anymore. But at this point, I may be an 80-year-old. If I can go, good Lord lets me go to 80, and I still feel like I do today, I'll keep going out there doing it.
All right, Bronco.
I'll never do the foot tap.
I think that when it's time for me to retire, I want to start refereeing at that point. It's not easy to stay, working out, lifting weights, and staying heavy all the time. So, it's hard to stay at 225 pounds when you're 5'10", and be athletic. Sure. So, when it's time for me to hang up the boots, I think I want to go into officiating so that I can, just move to a different job.
Cool.
And continue being
retired wrestlers make the best referees.
What is it?
Retired wrestlers make the best referees.
So we'll see. I don't
that avenue for years, and Lord knows we need them.
I just had a baby this year, so she's 5 months old right now.
Aww.
So yeah, that's been a fun journey for me right now. So
I can imagine.
Know, couple of years things might change, and wrestling might not be a good fit anymore. We'll see.
I can only imagine, because I've got a 6-month-old granddaughter that was here this weekend, and yeah, but I can't imagine every day. So I mean,
not all of them are great, but my
yeah. So I
mean, just perfect little peach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's been 35 years since I had a little one around the house. So, well, funny. Nick, thank you so much for joining us. I can't thank you enough for your time. Wish you best of luck down the road, and hope to see you soon.
The next event is November 8th. That's when November
8th. Okay.
How often do you get the opportunity to potentially punch your boss in the face? So November the 8th is gonna
those opportunities.
might be my opportunity. So we'll see.
November the 8th, Rebellious Takeover.
That's it.
It's going to be at the Sharon Elm Gym.
Elementary.
Elementary. It's abbreviated. It's for the booster. It's a booster club fundraiser. What town is that in?
It's still in Jones County. It's just
the elementary school.
So West Jones is on the west side of the county, and then South Jones is on the south side of the county. Sharon is over near. It's on the north side, but Northeast is more to the east. It's more on the north side.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just the circle. It's where we're at, just all around Jones County.
I'm down there. I'm down that area almost 5 days a week now. I take care of McGee and Mount Olive and Mize, and
Oh wow.
so I'm not far from all that.
Yeah, we do. I think of the 16 or so events SWA does every year, I think like 3 of them maybe aren't in Jones County.
Well, y'all do great things for, I mean, great causes. School fundraisers, and that's how it's always. When I was a kid, you could count on, when you watched wrestling on Saturday night, they'd tell you where they were going to be throughout the week. And it was always a high school gym for for a booster club, or you know, for the football team or the volleyball team or whatever. Wrestling's always been a great fundraiser, and their fans are rabid. They show up, and well, you've heard me talk about it, Amy.
Oh yes, definitely.
I'll
No,
come
you're
back.
right. You're right.
I mean, we'll be there Saturday night with 750, 800 students screaming, and I'm still high on Tuesday over it, just ready to run through a brick wall because it was such a great experience. Well, thank you for joining us. If there's ever any time, maybe after your match with Barry Wolf, we get you back on.
Heck yeah. Tell us about it.
Sure.
If you know, if the dream comes true and you can become that SWA Grand Slam champion,
I would be the only person. Let me think. As of right now, I think I'm because I won the junior heavyweight title, and there was only 4 people to have won that. Lucas Frost, Dalton Delk, and Van Vicious were the other 3. And Dalton Delk and Lucas Frost don't really wrestle anymore, and Van Vicious isn't part. Like, he doesn't. I don't really think he's wrestling much either. So I'm the only guy left that could have held all 4 titles for SWA.
there you go.
Oh, see?
So we'll see.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, Nick.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming on.
Anytime.
Good night.
Bye. Cool.
Nick Wonder, everybody.
Woohoo! Cool.
I'm a fan of that guy.
Yeah, he seems like he's been really good.
He's great in the ring.
Like you said, SWA is just really, they're talented. They got a lot of stuff going on down
Man,
there.
I'm telling you, and you know, he mentioned Calvin Rose. The dude, when you can't be around Calvin without learning something. So I mean, you got Calvin Rose, you got Monty Warbucks. You got Lucas Frost.
Yes.
There's just so much talent. If I start naming names and I forget somebody, then I'm gonna be in trouble. But what I'm saying is, you got all those veterans but I mean, hey, he beat Pharaoh Funk, and Pharaoh's been around for a long time too.
Yes, he has. Well, I had 23 years. Like, he looks young, I think. I mean,
I didn't know he was in his 40s. I would not have guessed him I thought he was in his early 30s. He's in great shape.
Yes, I was going to say, I would not have said, when he said he was been in the wrestling business for 23 years, I'm sitting there like, oh, and started wrestling. He's 42. That's impressive.
Yeah, he is there. He must have really pissed Haas off if Haas is going to get in the ring with him. And then Haas has a mystery partner, and I might be able to guess who that might be, but
I was just say,
but you never know. I mean,
could be you, Pondwater.
It won't be me.
Well, are you sure?
No, I mean, if Haas asked me to,
yeah,
I mean, I'd do it. I think the world of Haas.
Super D, the masked man. Would that be who come in the ring? Think you could get over the top rope?
I think I could.
like you do in the intro, or just on your.
I mean, if he just needs me to stand over there because he needs a tag team partner, I'm your guy.
Right, exactly. No tagging in or anything, but if you need a warm body.
I'd rather not, because I mean, I've seen Nick go toe to toe with Hunter. I don't really want to tote that ass whooping if it's okay with y'all.
Exactly.
But but you got it for as big. I mean, for as big as Hunter is, his daddy's bigger.
Yeah,
Haas is a big man.
Yeah, so, I can imagine.
I mean, hitting him with that trophy might not have been a good idea. He's poked that bear. He's poking the bear pretty hard.
Yeah, no kidding.
Between Hunter's fiance and now hitting Haas with that trophy. And if he knocked him down, he had to blast him, because I'm telling you, that's a big man.
Yes,
he's probably 6'5", 6'6". 300 pounds.
Woo!
I'm just guessing.
Stout, not even like a.
I mean,
stout man.
It's the land of the giants at SWA.
I know. Yeah, no, you're right about that.
Look at that, Amy. Oh,
that's funny.
How great is this graphic?
That is fabulous.
Everybody's an ice cream. Put them on ice cream.
I'm so Ray Fury versus Caleb Conley. What
Ray
match.
won he won the down in the Bayou tournament. He's getting his title shot against Caleb.
That's what I'm saying though. What a match. What a match. Oh, too much going on.
We watched wrestling together this weekend.
We did. Oh, can I tell you something real quick?
Go right ahead.
As we were on this show, Olivia, my daughter, texted me, Matt Hardy's eating in my restaurant. And I said, I know. I thought that was funny. I was like, tell him that your mom loves him. Tell him your mom watched Belle with Glory. Tell him she thought y'all did great. She's like, I'm not telling him any of this. I was like, get his autograph, get a picture.
Tell him what else your daughter did. Brag on her. What'd she do this weekend?
Oh my gosh. She ran a marathon in Chicago she was sponsored by the Coalition Against Domestic Violence out of Illinois, Chicago. And she ran 26.2 miles Sunday morning. Very, very proud of her. First time she's ever ran a marathon. She's done some halves and done, some 5Ks, but this was something that she's been really training for. So I was really proud of her. So yeah.
She ran 26 miles.
26.2 miles. That's a full marathon.
Man.
That's what I said. I could not. And I think she's like, she sent me a picture with her medal, her crossing the finish line. And I just know she's going to come tell me that she'll want to do another one, like that.
Oh, I imagine.
That she gets, I mean, about mile 18, I think she wasn't feeling it because we would talk during it. So, I send her messages like, you got this, whatever. Like I said, probably about mile 18, she wasn't feeling it, but I think
Brooke McGaw runs them every weekend.
Oh, I know. Again, I know. And Patrick and the dogs are out there supporting her. I love it. But
I can't imagine running it, because when I was a kid,
no,
we used to do like the March of Dimes.
Uh-huh.
It was a 20-mile walk. We'd get sponsored, raise money for
every mile.
For the Jerry Lewis Telethon.
Something like that. Did y'all do that? Like every mile?
It was for the Jerry Lewis Telethon. We do it. It was a 20-mile walk.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember doing that as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't easy as a kid.
No. 20 miles?
Yeah.
God, they made y'all walk that? How long would it take you? All day?
Felt like it.
I bet.
I mean, we're talking 40. Oh, but we're talking 40 years ago.
Right.
No, we're talking longer than 40 years ago.
Did you have like a destination? Like you started at your school and
we went around White Rock Lake.
Okay.
It was in the White Rock Lake area of Dallas.
That's kind of cool. So then you would just walk around. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. They had it where
20
I mean it was a long walk.
Oh my God, yes. Get you a dime for every mile you walked or something like that, whatever people sponsored you for.
Yeah. You get a
Something like
sheet,
that. A
and
dollar.
then you had to go collect it. It wasn't no Venmo or
Yeah, really.
yeah.
What? My God, you walked 20. Here I thought I was giving you a $5 bill. No.
But I know I did the 20 miles once. I think after I did it once, I was like,
Yeah.
screw them kids. No,
Ah,
I'm kidding. But no, once was enough. I mean, doing the whole 20 miles was enough.
I can't imagine that the whole idea of 20 miles for anybody wasn't like, you know what, this is not really what we, like
We
there's
did
got to be an easier
friends,
way.
and you're just, spend the day walking with your friends and
Right. Could you imagine if you got like a dime or a quarter a mile and you're like, I just walked 20 miles for $5? No.
well, that's a lot of money back then, though, Amy.
Well, I guess that's true. Well,
At
you're
that
right.
time, if I worked, I was probably at that time I was probably only making $2 an hour because I was working as a kid.
True.
And when I tell you my paycheck was $40, that $40 went a long way.
That's
Like
very
I could
true.
go buy a pair of jeans.
You had to buy your own clothes?
Yeah.
Really?
My dad
My-
taught me. My dad went out of his way to teach me responsibility. I look back on it and I still think it's kind of effed up. But
Right.
now,
My
I mean,
dad-
they bought me clothes too. But
I know what you're saying. My
But
dad
I mean,
had
I knew to
the-
go to the Army Navy store because I could get blue jeans cheaper. But
Right.
I could buy me a pair of jeans, or I'd buy me but I had money to go either to the skating rink or the movies, and
Right. You worked for that spending money.
if a little girl went to the movies with me,
Woo-hoo.
she got to go to dinner
Nice.
because, like in Pleasant Grove, we went to the Bruton Terrace Theater,
Uh-huh.
and on the parking lot there was a restaurant that originally it was called King's Table Smorgasbord.
You took her to the smorgasbord?
Yeah, we went there, and then it closed and became a barbecue place,
Mm-hmm.
and then it became an El Chico.
Ooh,
Yeah, at the same time.
fancy.
Oh yeah, it was great when it became an El Chico because it was like walking distance to my house.
Uh-huh.
And I bought my house from my parents.
Right.
My dad needed somebody to buy his house, so he made the down payment for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I bought a house because I was renting. I had an apartment.
Right.
So anyway, I moved back into the house and I had to have a couple roommates, but we'd walk up to El Chico and we'd get those margaritas and they put the garters on them. Man, we had we had black garters everywhere, but we'd go up there and we'd go up there and drink margaritas and then walk back to the house. And the drinking age was 19.
Right.
So we'd walk up there, we'd drink margaritas, stagger back to the house.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. What a great time to be alive, right?
Hang on, Andrew's calling me out.
It
It was not mortgage fraud. My dad, he had to do what was it? A declaration that he gave that it was $10,000.
Oh yeah.
And I remember that he had to, it was I can't remember off the top of my head what they called that note that we had to provide that. That's where I got the down payment from. So, but I'll never
I know what
forget.
you're saying.
I'll never forget. It was wintertime when I moved back in, and their house wasn't going to be ready for till April, and it was snowing. Well, I was talking to this girl that was working at Tom Thumb.
What is that?
Tom Thumb was a supermarket,
Okay.
and she wanted me to come over. She had her own place, and she wanted me to come over
Mm-hmm.
when she got off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's snowing
Right.
ice, and my dad said, "You're not going anywhere," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, I am," because I'd already been out and had my own apartment. I've moved back in, so I didn't have to re-up my lease.
Right.
And if we had to work the next day when it snowed,
Right.
we lived 20 minutes from the store.
Right.
We would leave the house at 3:00 in the morning to make sure we were there by 7 to open the store.
Ooh.
So I'm like, if we can go out and do all that to make sure that grocery store gets open, I'm heading to old girl's house because
She got big boobies. That's what you're thinking.
well, I was thinking she had a fireplace, but
No, shit, you are not.
anyway, what I'm saying is,
You're gonna make your own fire.
but I looked at my dad and I said, hey, when you live under my roof, you go by my rules.
Oh Jesus!
I did.
And then you woke up. No.
No, I didn't stay home though.
No, but I do want to say I am sorry about being late. That darn other job, that full-time job I have gets in the way sometimes.
Hey, it's all good.
We just got a lot going on. I did do trivia. Like I have been working.
Hey, Nick showed up early, so it worked out.
Perfect.
Because I was running out of shit to talk about.
So sorry. He was a good interview. He talked. He has, again, 23-year career. My goodness, I had no idea.
Check out my new flavor of Debbie.
What does that say?
Grandpa's denture water.
Oh God, what a name!
I know.
What would it?
Mango and dragon fruit.
It's like, what is it?
It's mango and dragon fruit. It's real good.
Interesting. So, do they usually like to do that? They like to make up. I mean, like,
yeah,
they have a variety of things. But
yeah.
we did. Okay, I'm sorry. We did watch some wrestling this weekend.
We did.
I did not get up in time to watch the Crown Jewel. I had some other things I had to do that morning also. But we did watch Bound for Glory, which was a very good pay-per-view, I thought. I enjoyed it.
You need to bring some samples of those energy drinks next time you come to SWA. You got it.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
I'll bring my tub.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let people taste it because you really like it.
I do. I'm gonna tell you what though, they've had low inventory. I mean,
really, their
inventory has been they've really taken off, and they've even sent out some emails saying, "Hey, our inventory is really low right now," because I wanted the Dragonade.
Yeah, you like that one. I know you've said that.
The Dragonade was my favorite. And hey, I like this.
And what is that called again?
It's called Grandpa's denture water.
Yes, but I'm sorry, what's the flavor?
Oh, soaked and cleaned mango pitaya. Pitaya, which is just dragon fruit. I don't know why.
Okay.
But it's got a real good flavor to it. I like it. And because it's just I drink 2 of them a day.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
But the focus, because I like drinking Monster for the taste, but it doesn't really give me that much energy. I can't tell. I'm a hyper little turd anyway. So I mean, I'm always like, but
yep, that's true.
This right here, I can tell the difference with the focus.
That's really great because that's
you can't tell because we keep sidetracking off of the off the wrestling.
That's okay. That's just talking. That's just friends talking, right? That's what happens. You get sidebarred and go off on different directions.
I want to commend TNA. That's my mother.
I was like, what is that? JBL, eh?
Yeah, because it's a ringtone that I can hear.
Yes.
Now I do, but I love the JBL is one of my favorites, and I love the song. I love the song, but it's a ringtone that I can hear.
Mm-hmm.
It's really loud. I normally turn the sound off before we do this, but my mom's coming to visit tomorrow. She's gonna come spend a few days with me.
Oh, but didn't she call like last week or the week before? Like
she called last week. Yeah, to call to tell me she was coming to visit.
Oh, where's she coming from?
Texas, Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. That's awesome.
Yeah.
She's just gonna come hang out with her little baby boy.
Yeah, she said because I won't come sit because I don't ever go see her.
Oh well, okay.
So anyway, I want to commend TNA. They said that they set their North American attendance record. I think it was like 7,794.
Yeah.
They're excited. Tommy Dreamer was talking about he's excited about that record for that building because it's an ice rink, and he knows that the hockey team can't can't put that many people in there
Good.
because the ring that, you know, because I think they put on a really good card.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Santana and Trick.
Yes.
I thought it was a really good match.
Happy Santana won. I like that. You don't like it?
Man, I really like Trick.
Well, I like that someone from TNA has the title. How about that? Maybe that's more of a.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for Santana. I really like Trick Williams, though.
Yes. But I mean, he still has his NXT title, right? Didn't he have 2 titles or no?
No,
oh, I'm sorry.
No,
okay.
no, not anymore.
Okay. I'm behind.
Yeah, I believe.
Well, do you think that means he might be coming up? True.
Could be.
I mean, like get all these titles off. I mean,
well, TNA eventually had to have a win.
Well, sure.
On this partnership.
Yes.
Hey, and from what I understand, Santana got busted open
hard way.
The hard way.
Ooh.
They said he caught his head on the post.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I don't know. That's what I heard, but hey, it was a good match though. And the Dudleys and the Hardys was very entertaining. I thought Jeff killed himself. I know he hit his head on the bottom. I know he hit his head on the bottom rung of that ladder.
Yeah, they did.
I'm not sure that he didn't hit his head on 2 of those rungs.
Ugh.
I don't know that Bully Ray's done, but I know that Team 3D's done. And they actually called them the Dudley Boys. WWE allowed them to use Dudley Boys. I think that was fun.
I love Spike Dudley coming out. I thought that was good. I like that. What's wrong?
You do understand that you don't have to watch every WWE show live. You can watch some again anytime. If somebody spoils them for me, I don't really like to do that.
I'm kind of like that too. Like I know enough. Like unless it's just something I really have to see, but then a lot of times it.
Andrew, I'm going to be refereeing Saturday night. I will not be watching.
Oh, they're doing something. I was like, what?
Is AEW?
Yes,
AEW's on Saturday.
Wrestle Dream, because that's that's Top Guy Weekend.
Yeah, are they going matinee on that?
I honestly have no idea. I don't.
Oh, I'm gonna be refereeing Saturday night, so I won't be watching it.
Right, and you won't be there. You won't be at Top Guy Weekend.
I want to shout out Andrew. I saw T-Weave. I saw Allison. That's the TNA Top 10 in the chat. Willie Buck's here. Darren Staley. Coach Keith Morrison. Ben Jones. Ben said he was going to try to listen before he went to work all the way from Australia. There's Austin Kendrick. Austin, I did. I fast forwarded through Raw. I saw just enough. I was ready to go to bed last night, and I kind of fast forwarded through it. It was seeing. I got really excited when Braun took Seth out.
Andrew.
Hey, Seth pulled off a move on Cody when he did that coast to coast move where Cody was hanging upside down from the turnbuckle, and Seth dove all the way across the ring. Did you see it, Amy?
No.
You know how Rob Van Dam or Shane McMahon does the coast to coast?
Yep.
Seth dove.
Really?
He dove and did a headbutt.
Was this would have been on the Crown Jewel?
Yes.
Okay.
He dove and did a headbutt on Cody. And unfortunately, he may have tore his rotator cuff.
Oh my gosh. Really?
That's why it kind of they had to pivot. They had to pivot with the ending the vision early, it looks like.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Hey, but I'm ready for it. The thing is that I didn't know is that when Seth was cutting his promo after he won the Crown Jewel Championship, he mentioned being the greatest of all time.
Okay.
And using that verbiage made me think that he may be the opponent for John Cena's last match, which probably won't be the case now.
Right. Oh.
The Rock was on Travis Kelce's podcast, and they asked him who they asked him who John Cena's last opponent should be. And he kind of raised his hand and said, "Hey, I still got a little influence on the booking."
Interesting.
I don't really want to see The
December?
Rock and Cena.
No, I'm with you. December, is it December, right?
Yeah, I think it is December.
That's just like that's the
Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, in December. You know what? I kind of feel like Andrew. Like I feel like something was amiss. I don't know what. Like this was been a really weird. Like there should have been a lot more with Cena going heel, and then they had to do this weird, like, who shot Bobby Ewing, and then we come back and it was just a dream. No,
Yeah.
It's like a really weird. Yeah, I'm not really for sure what happened, but it really was like you thought you're getting something really big and really good, and then it just kind of
it was a fart in church.
No kidding. Like it was a big fart.
Hey, but all it took was one promo and it put it back like he was supposed to be.
Yeah, it's amazing how that.
Because I was excited when he turned heel, and then they didn't do anything with it.
You were definitely. Everybody was kind of excited to see where it was going, especially when you had The Rock going like this, and like Cena was like a robot, like, it could have been something really fantastic.
I think there's more to the story that we're probably never going to know.
Oh,
but
100%.
But it was a good wrestling weekend. What else? Stephanie Vacour and Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah,
excellent match. I thought it was really entertaining.
I think John Cena and AJ Styles
tore it apart. It may be one of the best John Cena matches I've ever seen.
Well, and AJ Styles is just, he is phenomenal.
I can't help it.
Okay.
This is what annoys me about John Cena. Like he's got if you're going to do the I think it's the STF where he puts it's the front face.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
He just puts his hands up there and he's like this.
I
want to see at least flex. But then he did the camel clutch because he was doing everybody's finishers.
Yes, I did.
And I really liked the tributes. Like when he did the camel clutch, though, he looked like he was locking it in.
Right.
So, but when he does that, it just looks like he just lays his arms in front of there, and there's no crank on it.
I think one of the things that I do like, or one of the things I thought was that I appreciated was him doing whatever the Miz move is. Because I think that gives a little bit of, I think that was really, I think that was good because I know Miz probably doesn't give the flowers that he deserves for being in there for so long and taking the spot that he was given and really making it his. And he is definitely, the one that goes on the shows and, he's definitely a great face for the company and with his wife, Maurice, who's also enjoys that. But I like that he did throw the Miz in there as in, he is someone that is a great superstar. And I thought that was, a nice tribute to Miz. Everybody else, you kind of, I think Miz is probably the only one out of that probably doesn't really get the flowers that he needs.
Masahito Chono invented the STF.
Jesus. Masa, how did you?
Can anybody in the chat tell me who innovated the innovator of the DDT was?
I bet Andrew can. The innovator, was it not Jake the Snake you're trying to say?
No, Jake the Snake did not invent the DDT.
Okay. Oh. Did he call it the DDT? Was he the first to call it the DDT? Is it called the DDT?
I don't know it wasn't called the DDT.
Okay, so he might have been the first one to call that a DDT.
No. Black Gordman.
Who is that?
Black Gordman is a Hispanic wrestler that
Mm-hmm.
wrestled back in the day with Jose Lothario. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Black Gordman was getting old in 1983. But if you go to the November 5th, 1983 episode of World Class on the network,
Mm.
you can see Black Gordman do the DDT. Google Black Gordman. Google Black Gordman, and he's credited because he was using the DDT as a finisher.
Interesting. Did he do it just like, did he slap? You know how Jake would?
No, it wasn't as pronounced as Jake. Jake perfected it.
I got you.
And Bill Mercer even called it some type of suplex.
A suplex? Interesting.
I mean, the way that he did him. But
Oh,
when
I
they show
guess.
but when they're going to commercial, when they're going to commercial and they show the slow-mo replay, Black Gordman was using the DDT.
I got you.
Anyway, just a fun little piece of trivia.
That is fun. You just never know. Maybe next week I'll actually have trivia. Sorry.
There you got it tonight.
That's right. I like that little pieces of trivia. That's good.
Let's see. Let's talk about Drunken Pop here on Markout Moments. You can find, if you're watching us on Facebook or X or Twitch, you can find us at markoutmoments.net. It'll take you to our YouTube channel. We appreciate if you come over there. Subscribe, hit that notifications button so you can see when we're going live. Sorry, Amy.
That's okay. I was late. That's my fault.
Anyway, Drunken Pop's on the network. Drunken Pop, they got your pop culture hookup.
Mm-hmm.
They will deep dive a month and a year. They recently did September of 2001.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good episode. The TNA Top 10. They lost me this week.
I was going to say, did you even vote?
I voted, but it was really like the 10 songs that I'd heard of.
I understand that. Yes, I did also voted, but I was looking at my list because I always take a picture because I forget.
Hang on.
I think.
Don't let the grappler hear you say that. He tells the story of helping Jake the Snake create the DDT because they had an accident in the ring.
Yeah.
I've heard the story.
Yeah, we on the show, didn't we?
I've heard the story. Yes, I've heard the story that Jake tripped and did the move, and it's like, you got to keep doing that. But don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. I'm telling you, it was Black Gordman. Google it if you Google it. Go find Black Gordman, and I'm telling you, go watch it. November 5th, 1983. Watch it and do World Class Flashback at the same time, so you can hear me and Tim talking about it.
Heck yeah! I was just going to say the alternative rock, like maybe 2 of my songs made the top 10. Like yeah, very sad.
I was out of my wheelhouse on this type of music.
Yes,
I mean, like I know. Actually, if I'm being honest, the nine songs I knew, and the 10th one. The 10th one, I think I went Smashing Pumpkins just because Billy Corgan owns the NWA.
I hear you.
This one wasn't for me. This is kind of like AEW. It's really not for me.
Gotcha.
And that's okay.
That's right.
It was the TNA Top 10 though is they do a great job. It's a fun. They do football. They do wrestling, and then they got to
hear a lot about football. I can't wait to hear this week because there's like been 2 more coaches fired. They just firing them left and right in the college football scene.
Millions and millions of payouts.
It's crazy.
Baseball nicknames this week. This will be fun.
Yes. They're going to do baseball nicknames, which will be fun because we did football and that was fun. There was like a lefty and a, refrigerator and the prime. I mean, that was fun. And you don't have to know anything. You just have to like the name. So that helps, like if there's a fun name, you can vote it number 1.
Kevin Davenport has the Dav Network. We're the Double Drop Kick podcast every other Saturday. I will be the guest on the 25th.
Yay! What y'all going to talk about? Belts? What you going to
refereeing? I'm sure we'll talk about some belt. I'm sure that we'll get a little belt talk in there.
Yes.
But he said he wanted to interview me about my referee career. So
yes,
and he wanted to. So
Not going to turn down, right?
And you know, my ringtone ought to be, I want to talk about me. Spanning the globe. Now they're talking about belts every Thursday night over Facebook and YouTube.
Yes.
Mark Maggard, Ben Walker.
Fun
They
podcast.
do a great job over there. And Efren does the question mark podcast heat ad-free shows. Efren's tearing it up with the question mark. It's a lot of fun. Working on season 2 now. And then, of course, Efren's going to have the game event at Top Guy Weekend. And tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock Central, a new episode of the game event will drop. You can see just how bad we all are at playing Pyramid.
I've already seen. I've already seen that.
Yeah.
What are y'all up to? Like $32 in the pot now?
Yeah.
Could have 3,000. They got $32.
But Efren's going to do
Thursday. He says Thursday.
Oh, you're right. Today is Tuesday. So yeah, it's dropping Thursday. Thank you, Efren. I got used to being on Wednesdays.
Sorry about that.
Senior moment.
As long as it doesn't happen when you're counting, right? That's all. You don't need that to happen.
Yeah. While I'm thinking about it, since we're talking about stuff, Chris Sanders does a podcast called Best for Business. And if you go to YouTube, or you can go, this week's episode is is me.
Again, popular.
He did referee month, and
you made the cut. Awesome.
I made the cut. Chris Sanders has done a really good job. Really entertaining feller. I enjoyed my visit with him. So if y'all so inclined.
Would you say Chris Miller? Is it just Chris Miller?
Chris Sanders.
Chris Sanders. I'm very sorry.
Best for Business.
Best for Business. Oh, how cool. We'll definitely have to all go check that out.
Best for Business. I'll tell you what I'll do.
Tell me.
I'm gonna put the link.
Oh, yes. And I know,
link, and I'm going to go over here to the chat.
I do want to say,
and I
know it may not be as popular.
There you go.
I'm telling you, Spin the Wheel, Make the Deal, Halloween Havoc. I love those. I just love that. We
got a run in here. Dollar Bill Dave in the house.
I hope we get the equivalent of the coal miner's glove and Spin the Wheel, Make the Deal with Efren.
Exactly. Doesn't that I just think that's so fun. I'm so jealous.
So awesome. I can't wait to see what happens and what people get to play.
I know. I'm so jealous.
The wheel is badass. The wheel is badass.
Isn't it epic?
It is.
Good Lord. Efren's killing it.
If I could have figured out how to post the wheel spinning on here, I would have.
What about the video Efren sent us today of the wheel spinning with him in it?
I couldn't do it. It said copy the address.
Efren's got to be better than that at sending us stuff. I blame Efren.
We're fixing to get out of here, but if you're into college football, Footballers has got you covered. I don't want to brag about last week's record because I don't even know that I got one right last week.
I'll go ahead and give you a quick hint. You went 1-5.
But hey, when I tell you, like I was pissed off at my own team, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Because that was the week before. Because I'd like taken, I think it was like 46 and a half or something like that. Anyway, they won 44-0, but they quit playing in the fourth quarter. They just wrote it out and they quit running the score up. Pissed me off.
Yeah, you took Oklahoma. You took Kent State at Oklahoma minus 45.5, and
they scored
Oklahoma won 44-0.
I was pissed.
What's up, Willie Buck?
But most of my picks last week were just off barely. I mean, just barely missed them on the spreads. It wasn't like I was way wrong, except
right.
But
Yeah,
if it was that easy, we'd all be rich.
That's right.
That's right.
That's
They
very
don't build
true.
those big ass casinos because people are winning their money.
Yeah.
Very
But
true.
at the top of the hour, we're going to go live with footballers.
See y'all there. Amy, am I going to see you this weekend?
No, I can't. I've got football and co-ed and all kinds of stuff. I'm sad too. I know y'all are gonna have a great time.
Epic.
I
I
know.
tried to talk Dave into going, and he's just too lazy. He's like, I can't get off my couch. I'm just too lazy. Got to hang out with my dogs.
No, I'm refereeing this weekend.
Shut up. You ain't refereeing. You sitting at home with the dogs.
No, I'm not. I'm refereeing.
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ray Fury versus Caleb Conley. Taste for mayhem.
That's going to be a good. You're going to be refereeing some good matches too, Pondwater.
And we'll talk
That's gonna
all
be
about
good.
it next week. Right here
You're
on
welcome.
Talking Rasslin with Pondwater and Amy. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.